I want to come back, though, to the BBG. It's a challenge. It still has a leadership challenge because we all know the history of the BBG board and how it came to be fractious and had become political. We still have not resolved that situation. And I would urge to get a CEO of that organization in place so that the BBG will have the right leadership so that it can do the traditional mission, perhaps in a different information environment than we did back in the Cold War, but can perform its function in a way that is important and noble and reflects the enormous resources that that American taxpayers have put towards that. The threat you identify is real. It is the case that Russia has interfered in elections here in the United States. It's going to try and interfere with one in Ukraine, but they're not the only country. There's lots of countries. China's done similar things. Iran has done similar things as well.
I think it's still in existence, the Global Engagement Center.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Do they do anything?
Yes, they do.
Tell us
Let me talk about it broadly. You mentioned both the BBG and the Voice of America. I'd put the Global
Voice
Engagement.
of America is really part of the BBG.
And then I'd mention the Global Engagement Center, each of which has a mission of overt communications, talking about sharing, spreading American values, countering propaganda that comes from all across the world. The Global Engagement Center, we now have Leah Gabriel on board leading the charge. She has a couple of primary missions. Russian is one of those primary missions and we're happy to give you a briefing on what she's doing and what our team at the Global Engagement Center is doing. We think this will be important. You all have funded this quite well, and we appreciate that.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary, and I would like to schedule a briefing